Pat Collette, although while I was here it was Weaver, so just, you know, for that difference. And I was the director from 87 to 2015 when I retired, so whatever that is, 28 years or so.
I'm Lisa Harris Friedman. I'm an associate director at the University of Kansas Transportation Center. I've been in leadership with the center for about 7 years, and I was director of KS RTAP for about 4.5 years. Before that, I was communications manager for the center, and one of the things I worked on was the KS RTAP newsletter.
So my name is Lisa Koch. I'm the director of KS RTAP here at the University of Kansas Transportation Center. It's one of our major grant programs that we do at the center, along with the local technical assistance program, which focuses on road and bridge departments across Kansas. I've been in this position since 2020. I've been at the center since 2017 and was a end user of the center's products when I was at KDOT as the transit manager.
Just being able to see a program develop from the ground up and to what it's become. But for our stakeholders, for the transit agencies, really seeing the evolution of professionalization of the agencies.
So the RTAP program means to me that transit agencies in the state are going to get the assistance they need to do their jobs and be safe at them. That is so important. They serve the most vulnerable people in our state, and we get to help them with that.
It meant something different for me because I was a user of the product, and now I see others who are in my former position or in transit agencies or nonprofit agencies or agencies that just have people who get transported using our resources. And I feel like I understand that audience because I was that audience. So it's really cool.
I would say definitely the people. And there are a lot of people who make this program work. So there are the staff here at the KUTC who are just awesome. They're passionate about what they do. They really want to help their customers. Then there are the customers who really get what we do, who help shape what we do, and then we deliver that to them and they deliver it to their customers, their riders. And also we have partners at KDOT and the Kansas Transit Association who are fantastic to work with. So yeah, the people.
I think something that's been really important to me is to really understand that people who are in the transit world in our state, we are all partners. We are all trying to solve a problem. And so that's something I'm just really proud of, that I feel like we have an energy that's really supportive of all the people who do this work.
And really the cooperative and collegiality of working with all the partners, I think, is a really great aspect of the program. So with KDOT and with FTA Regional Office and with National RTAP and with KPTA and CTAA, you know, I'm using a lot of acronyms, but I'm assuming the audience knows all of them.
The fact that we're getting out in front of people more, being more visual, having great marketing materials, having great visual materials, that's not because of me, that's because of the marketing staff, but it really just ups our game. And for people who are maybe visual learners or prefer social media or want to see something on YouTube, we're really providing those offerings, and we're doing it in a very thoughtful way, and that is something that's very new to our organization, so I'm pretty proud of that.
I would say that certainly communications has changed since I've been here, with a lot more ways to reach people and to push information out. We have a website that we didn't have before, online resources, a lot of different ways people can contact us and get the information we need.
The changes, you know, with adding staff and being able to provide more direct service out into the field, you know, I think, you know, the thing that we worked on really for the whole time and still goes on is coordination, and we were very involved with the coordinated transit district development at the beginning, and trying to bring agencies together so there was more sharing among agencies. So it wasn't really just coming from us to them. It was really became a peer network over time, and I think that's probably the biggest thing. Really supporting and being involved in the coordination effort in the state, and I think that really is significant. And kind of second is the high regard for the Kansas RTAP program nationally. The newsletter was, every place I went, people said, oh, they were using our newsletter, and reprinting things and reprinting those resources.
Something I've been really working on since I've been RTAP director is partnerships. I think there are a couple ways of doing business when you run a training organization. Is some people may think, I want to do all the training, and anyone else who's doing a training that's similar to ours is a competition. And that's not how I feel, and it's not possible anyway. Like, there's so many amazing resources to transit agencies, transportation agencies, nonprofit agencies in Kansas, and we need to be open to all of those things.
Certainly one of the most effective things was forming an advisory board of transit agencies and KDOT officials to help us plan and shape each year's program. They know what they need, and we can help them with that. So that's been extremely helpful. I've also enjoyed working on the transit film that I mentioned in the Transit Manager Handbook. But those were ideas that came out of the advisory board. So that will continue, I hope, and really help the program. The biggest thing is that I didn't know how interesting transportation is. Like I mentioned, I've been working here a long time, and I learn something new every day. I am challenged every day, and it's an exciting field.
So first of all, I guess the creativity that you are allowed to have, that KDOT is really allowed in the contracting to KUTC as creativity and what services are provided, and how to best serve the community with their input and collaboration. But and then the second was involving graduate students in the delivery of services.
I think a lot of them, especially the smaller agencies, are under-resourced, understaffed, and so you see these incredible people who are keeping a program going. And I can name off 20 or 30 right now of our transit agency partners that really kind of are around one incredible person who sees the value of this, cares about their community, is industrious, and has developed a transit program around just their ability to get things done. Transit's so necessary, and that's why you see these like game-changing people in these communities who have taken it upon themselves to figure out grant making and how to change a tire and how you dispatch and schedule because they saw that need. And it's just really empowering to see these folks.
Everybody is involved, and their passengers are their highest priority, and they know the stories of those individuals in terms of what it takes to, how important transportation is to their passenger, in terms of it's not just a ride, it's really, quality of life or life itself, in terms of getting them to essential, medical and food service and all of those kinds of things. So, really, being involved with that, I think, and seeing that dedication, just gives you additional, motivation to do the same. I think, to see that.
I think I've learned a lot by working with agencies around the state, learning the different challenges that they have based on geography, funding, politics, you name it. And then the differences between college towns and towns where you have employers who need transit. Those communities have different needs and challenges than a very rural community. So if I had just worked in Douglas County, for example, I wouldn't know all of that, and I find it very interesting.
Primarily is the capacity building of the agencies, the focus on that, because one program serving the whole state can't do everything, but if you can focus on the capacity building of the agencies, or the regional areas, so that they're able to do more with the resources, I think that just magnifies the impact of the program overall.
So one thing that we've talked with the mobility managers and with KDOT about is having a better experience for the end user in trip planning.
Like Kansas RTAP to continue to grow and change as the transit industry grows and changes in Kansas, and to work closely with its current partners, KDOT and Kansas Transit Association, and others as we find them, to cooperate together